Welcome to the Spirit Guide Daily. When we are in a collective, we all share energy, and these are daily messages that will find you when they're meant to. They're all timeless. This is the Conley Tarot. We have the Whispering Woods Oracle, and we have the Endora Fortune cards bringing us predictive cards. Let's get going here to see what our 3 tarot cards for the day are and what we're supposed to be focusing on. I'm going to go ahead and put that guy back. What are we looking for today? Hey guys, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe because it helps my channel. If you like the reading, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's go. Lovers in reverse. Wise choices ahead. Now that's the Gemini card and it is in reverse. When it's in reverse, it really is about choosing a particular path. It is about being in alignment with your highest self as well. We have it with the King of Wands in the upright. Interesting. The King of Wands, the kings in tarot are about manifestation. They are, the queens gestate things and the kings manifest them. That's one of the meanings of the court cards. They can be individuals. This could be a fire sign. It could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. We'll find out if there's anything with it with the Strength card in reverse. Interesting, because that's the Leo card, but it happens to be in reverse. Okay, so not something I get to say very often. There is something coming towards you potentially in a romantic capacity, and you have a vulnerability there around something you've been trying to heal. And you need to be cognizant of that. Here's the thing, if you've taken the time to heal from toxic relationships, to heal from codependency, and to become as whole within as we can be, and it's a lifelong process, you have to remember that when you approach relationships again, that codependent energy can wake up because technically it's a form of addiction. Now, luckily, it's not quite the same thing as an addiction to something that is like a substance. It means that you have to stay on top of making sure that you don't overinvest in relationships too soon. If you think that you've met your person after 3 weeks, you really cannot know until about 6 months in, because everybody is on their best behavior for the first 6 months or so. Overinvestment too soon is a hallmark of codependency. If you catch yourself doing it, just correct. And that is how you have relationships after healing from codependency, is through awareness. And I have a little bit of that. Be aware of the vulnerability that you have in that particular area if you have taken the time to heal. Don't dismiss red flags. Almost all the time when I'm talking to clients about relationships that did turn toxic and how they thought the person was somebody else when they first met them, it's almost always because they were explaining away a red flag as being about somebody's past or being about past relationships that they've had. And the key to having healthy and happy relationships is when you see a red flag, you close it down. You correct it. You don't go forward unless it's a minor one, because minor ones can happen. Sometimes like people need to be addressed in a particular manner. Like, don't say that in response to something that I'm saying. And that's a learned thing where we learn how to communicate better. But the bigger ones, the bigger red flags where it's like somebody taking out their feelings out on you. Watch how somebody treats servers at a restaurant if you want to know who they really are. And not in the first couple of days, because again, best behavior is on there. Watch them. Watch them in how they treat and interact with other people, because you're going to see this face that they show to everybody when they're not trying to impress somebody. And it's just a little bit of a warning around there. This is going to differ from individual to individual, but that is because you're not banned from having relationships if you've been codependent. But you do need to have an awareness around your safety as you go forward into them. The seer, follow your intuition. Please know that particularly in matters of love, we want to know everything, but for our personal ability to read, we are seldom allowed to see that because it would give us too much power over a partner. Follow your intuition when it comes to things outside of romance. When it comes to romance, please judge the relationships that you're having by the actions in the 3D. Relationships first need to exist in the 3D. Please try not to explain away actions in 3D through empathy or your intuition, because that is supposing that you understand somebody's motives. And if they have not told you, you simply don't know. People who are very psychic have a tendency to be very blind to their romantic partners, again, because of the power differential that it would create. If you were psychic and your partner wasn't, it would be like reading their diary. And so we are usually blocked from knowing anything about our true romantic partners. And one of the ways that you can tell that you're healed is that you personally are not attempting to look into your partners. Sometimes you'll get readings, but be very careful and don't conduct your relationships through readings. Because that is, again, trying to supplement a lack area within a relationship in the 3D. Meaning if somebody's not telling you how they feel in the 3D, please don't turn to cards to figure them out. Unless it's around, like, are they trustworthy? Are they cheating? But not how do they feel about you? Because if somebody has feelings for you, they should be expressing them. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here or anything. It's just this is a vulnerability around passion, and that you need to be careful with your choices, and that your intuition will sometimes, particularly if you've had issues with codependency, you'll see what you want to see rather than what's there. We have uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. This is a really difficult one. But in order to have healthy relationships, other than that, like 1 or 2 readings to check to make sure not seeing other people, not a great big liar, doesn't have a second family in Utah or something, other than that, have the relationship. Please have the relationship. It will teach you more. You will hone your intuition. Please don't have your relationships, friendship or romantic, through cards, because it keeps you tied to something that is not in the 3D. Now, I love my job. It can help people heal. It can help people know what's coming up. It can tell them the challenges that they are facing. But I'm always concerned when people have to figure out how somebody else feels about them through cards when it's in a romantic relationship, because you should know. And that is another litmus test for the health and the strength of your relationship. So that's a little bit of a soapbox energy here, and I'm sure it's not going to be super popular, but guys, sometimes we have to talk about this stuff so that you can have healthy relationships, so you can have the love that you need, and so that you can have the romance in your life that you have been hoping for. But you have to be pretty robust around your choices when it comes to your passions, and understanding that you're vulnerable there. Your intuition may misguide you, and that some uncertainty is actually, it will bring you joy, delight, passion, and surprise. We're not meant to know everything. We just want to sometimes. All right, so that was the Spirit Guide Daily for today. If you want to book me for a private reading, my link to my website is in the description box down below. I have a podcast named Logical Magic, Examining Esoterica, which will help you heal and help you understand multiple other areas of energetic healing and psychic gifts. Take care. Be well.